Okay, what we've got here is a flow that's had some diagnostic work, a bit of servicing and some modification. As you can see from the pump on the front, you can hear the pump running. First of all, where was this system at? Well, it was producing about 1.6 litres a minute. It's the best number I'd seen off the tap, and the waste wasn't even that. The membranes have never had a flush, so they were all full of crap. That's just not usable. Even with pencil jets, 1.6 litres a minute is an appalling number. Now, we worked out why that was. At some point in time, the inlet has been modified. You can see this here as the modification. This is a check valve. Now, the check valve comes with the system, and that's there so that when you take your hose off, the pre-filters don't all empty back out. Now, over time, they can get filled up with dirt, rocks, leaves, sticks, you name it. You'd be amazed at what you can pick up through your water supply or through your hoses, and they will block up the orifice inside that check valve. Now, this one had a rubber seal that's been damaged and pushed through, and that had almost completely blocked it up. We were getting 1.6, we'll say 1.5, we'll say 3 litres a minute coming out of the system. That means we're only getting 3 litres a minute going into the system. So check them. You check your sediment and your carbon filters, make sure that they're clean. If they're blocked up, they'll again restrict how much water can get to the membranes to start with. So we were able to get the water flowing into the system, but it still didn't have the production that this system can have because of intermittent water supply pressures. So we've added a booster pump to get the pressure to the membranes that the membranes want to be sitting at, and we've added an outlet pump to run a nice reel worth of hose. So we can run longer hose runs, we can go higher with our hoses or with our brushes. This system is just shy of 80 psi. In the last hour we've gone from 30 down to 3. The TDS was a lot higher than that when I started. Our production is about 3.8 litres a minute. Our waste is about 9 to 10 litres a minute. So we know that we've got the water going through to keep those membranes clean. If you get told that you can have more production than waste, go and research the science of reverse osmosis. Don't look at the window cleaning version. Look at the actual scientific fact of how reverse osmosis works. You generally only recover a third of the water that you're putting to waste. But as you can see here, this is happily running away. 3.8 litres production. And on the brush, that's a 16 inch, that's a beautiful supply of water. This guy's not going to know himself. 1.6 litres a minute, that's just shy of 4. We're running on a 12 volt power supply. This is on an AC supply, which converts to DC 12 volts. But you could run this off a deep cycle battery. It's going to want to be a big battery. This is pulling near 25 amps. But again, it's still a DC version. So you can run it off a battery, you can run it off your vehicle if you've got a lead, say jump leads with a plug on the end, and you keep your vehicle running. But this way, there's no chance of batteries going flat. If you don't have a AC, a mains supply of power, you can always just run off a battery as a last resort. But as you can see, this flow is happily running away. 3.8 litres a minute production. Our TDS this morning has gone from 30 down to 3. It was a lot higher than that when we began, and we've got a really nice amount of water going to waste, so he's not going to have troubles with this producing poor quality or poor volumes of water.